Hello doctor and welcome to this special video program. I am Rajesh Gurule. I am practice consultant from India. In this particular video series, we are going to see various practice boosting strategies that will help you managing and growing your practice. The slogan of my company is take your practice to the next level. It does mean that at whatever level your practice is currently, there is always the next level where you want to go, where you desire to go, and many times where you deserve to go. So in this video series we are going to see various strategies that will help you in going there. So let's start with various strategies. There are many videos, and in each video we are going to see one single strategy that can transform your practice dramatically.
Now here is the first strategy for your staff. I call it, hire slow, fire fast strategy. Now, even though I mentioned here that this is the best hiring strategy for doctors, it is actually best hiring strategy for anybody who has to deal with staff, who has to handle or manage people. Now, why this is one of the best staff management strategies? We are very fast to hire and we are very slow to fire the person. When we need staff and when we start looking for a staff, these two things should not conflict with each other. We should be continuously looking out for good staff members. It does not matter whether there are positions in your hospital or clinic or not. You should be always on lookout for good staff members. Many times it happens that if you get a person right, then you can create a position for him or her in your own hospital or in your practice. But it's not other way around, I'll tell you the scenario what happens. When you are in need, and when you are in urgent need of staff member, you start searching for that particular person. And it so happens that you are so busy with all your activities that you do not or you cannot give proper time for interviewing the candidates, for selecting the candidates, and various other things that you would otherwise have looked into the person. You just want I call that a warm body. Especially this goes with receptionist. I mean, people feel that a job of receptionist is not good, and this feeling is common among doctors as well as the receptionists themselves. Even the person who is working as a receptionist does not feel that her job is important enough. I feel exactly opposite. The job of receptionist is much more important than what we make him or her feel, because she's always the first contact and she's always the last contact with your patients. Your patient's first impression and your patient's last impression is determined by your receptionist and not by you or your treatment. So when you're hiring, you should look for certain things in the people your own time, you should interview, really good people, good number of people. You have to go through maybe large quantity to get a good person. All of your staff members, certain qualities are must, like they should be patient. Patience is a great quality, especially in healthcare industry. You have to deal with sometimes very angry patient. You have to deal with patients who are anxious, who are in trauma, who are crying or shouting or crying. So patience is a quality one must have. In addition to patience, your staff must be enthusiastic also. They should be ready to, deal with the very next patient or with the very next request of the patient. They should be good in communication skills also, because ultimately that is what they are doing throughout the day. Politeness is, your patients expect today. They don't think that, it is something added. They expect staff to be polite with them, with their family members, with their relatives and all. And last and perhaps the most important skill your staff members should have is selling skills. This is the skill which I would recommend that you should also study and get in your whole psyche, that skill. Every time your patients every time your staff members are in contact with your patients, that time they should be either getting treated. I'm talking about your patients. Your patients should either be getting treated, or they should be getting educated about your treatments, or they should be sold. Someone should be selling them something. That may be a treatment, that may be a free report, that may be a continuity program. We are going to talk about this if possible in next part of this video. So there are the three things that your patients should be continuously doing. One, getting educated, getting sold, or getting treated. No other thing should happen with your patients, whether he is there for 1 minute or 1 hour. It doesn't matter. You may wonder that it's very difficult to obtain a person having all these qualities. I totally agree with you, and that's why I don't expect you to, get your very next ideal person tomorrow morning. You have to search for that. Now, there are, as I mentioned at the start of the video, that I always believe in multiple sources of everything. So here also I want you to have multiple sources of attracting good staff members to your practice. Now, how you can do that? Normally I think that you apply only one method, that is maybe giving ad in classified section of the newspaper. But you know and I know that it's not enough. So here are other ways by which you can get good staff members. First is you should try to get them through references. Second, you can search at other hospitals. Third, you can, as you're already doing, give ads in newspapers. But in addition to this, I would recommend very strongly another way to get good staff member, and that is through your existing staff member. At many places I offer incentive to the staff member who bring other good staff members to the practice, and if that particular staff person stays for maybe 3 months, 6 months, then I offer the incentive to the person who brought them in the first place. I found that this is the most powerful strategy of attracting good staff members. There are many reasons for that, but one of the main reason is that your staff interacts among each other much more than they interact with you. So if they bring their friends to your practice, then they are much more, they are more likely to enjoy working at your place. They will be more able to work as a team in a much better way as compared to any other new person who is unknown to them. Secondly, it helps for retention also. Third, you get a trustworthy person, which is, I think, pretty important thing, because most of the transactions you are doing there in cash, and many times they are handled by your staff members. Second part of this strategy is fire fast. Many times it happens that you do not fire the person who is working with you because of the fear that maybe you will not get another one, and secondly, it may disturb other people. Actually, it's exactly opposite. Everybody, if some person is not fitted in your practice, then everybody knows about him or her. The only thing is that they are not complaining to you each and every day or each and every moment. But that doesn't mean that that particular feelings do not exist. Everybody wants to get rid of those people, but nobody have that authority except you, and you are not doing that. Most of the times, the reason for that is, we call that fear of loss, or a fear of not getting somebody, or fear of not getting somebody soon enough. But you must remember that in your practice, except you, nobody should be indispensable. They should not feel, entitled to many things. I'm not talking here about fear motivation, but your staff should be they should have that impression that they are not indispensable there. If they go today, they will get job at another place, but at the same time your practice will not suffer much because they have left.